Hi friends, welcome to Arusuvai Arangetram. Today, let us see how to prepare a soft and spongy vanilla cake, frosting for the cake and chocolate ganache. All the ingredients have to be at room temperature. Let's see the ingredients. To make the cake batter, we need wheat flour 2.5 cup, all-purpose flour or maida half cup, milk 1.5 cup, brown sugar 2 cup, baking soda quarter teaspoon, salt quarter teaspoon, vanilla extract or vanilla emulsion 3 teaspoon, baking powder 2 and 3/4 teaspoon, unsalted butter 1.5 cup, egg white of 4 large eggs. For confectioner frosting, take unsalted butter 1 cup, powdered white sugar 4 cup, vanilla extract or vanilla emulsion 1 tablespoon, milk 3 tablespoon, and finally unsalted butter half cup, powdered chocolate chips 1 cup for preparing chocolate ganache. First, let us prepare the cake batter. Mix all the dry ingredients, that is wheat flour, all-purpose flour or maida, baking powder, baking soda and salt in a large bowl. Sieve the mixed dry ingredients and the powdered white sugar separately to avoid lumps. In a dry bowl, add the butter. Using an mixer or a stand mixer, beat the butter in medium speed for 2 minutes. Add 1 cup of brown sugar and beat for just 1 minute. Then add in remaining 1 cup of brown sugar and beat until sugar is dissolved and the mixture turns light and fluffy. Add egg white and vanilla extract and beat for 1 minute. The texture of the batter will become thicker and may seem curdled. Divide the flour mixture into 3 portions and milk into 2 portions and add into the batter alternatively. Do not overbeat the batter. Just beat until the flour or milk is incorporated. It will take roughly between 5 to 10 minutes for the flour and milk to get incorporated. The cake batter is ready to be baked. You can see the consistency of the batter. Set the temperature of the oven to 350 Fahrenheit. Wait for at least 15 minutes or until the temperature of the oven reaches 350 Fahrenheit. Let us cut the parchment paper into a size that fits our baking pan. We need 2 8 inches baking pan for baking. If you don't have parchment paper, you can directly grease the baking pan with butter and sieve 2 or 3 tablespoons of wheat flour over the butter and discard the excess flour which doesn't stick into the pan. Grease the pan with butter. Place the parchment paper. Apply some more butter on the paper and onto the sides of the baking pan. Pour in half of the batter into the pan. Tap the pan to remove air bubbles that are trapped. Do not overcrowd the pan. Use 2 8 inches pan and divide the batter equally into 2 portions. Bake for 35 minutes. Do not open the oven before 35 minutes as it may cause great variation in the temperature inside the oven. After 35 minutes, do the toothpick test. If it comes out clean, your cake is done. If not, then bake for 5 more minutes. Run a thin bladed knife or a metal spatula around the edges to loosen. Invert the pan and lift it up. Before trying to remove the cake from cake pan, allow it to cool for 15 minutes. Then keep it in the refrigerator for 15 more minutes. Since this cake is made of wheat flour, it will be very soft that it will break if you don't keep it in the refrigerator. I removed both the cakes from the cake pan. Let us prepare the confectioner frosting. Add butter in a dry bowl. Using hand mixer or stand mixer, beat the butter for 5 minutes or until it turns light and fluffy. Add sugar in small portion at a time and beat until it is incorporated. Add vanilla extract and 3 tablespoon milk. You can increase or decrease the quantity of milk depending on how thick you want the frosting to be. Let's prepare chocolate ganache without heavy cream using a double boiler. A double boiler is a set of 2 pans that are stacked together with space between them. The bottom pan is filled with water, then the second pan is stacked on top. The steam from the bottom pan rises and heats the upper pan. When the water starts boiling, place the pan with butter and chocolate on top of it and stir using a whisk until it melts. The consistency is watery now. Place it in refrigerator for 10 to 15 minutes. You can either use a rotating cake stand or make an arrangement like this. Place a cardboard cake round on top. Flip the cake upside down for a perfectly smooth and flat cake top. We need a Ziploc cover or a pastry bag, coupler and a piping tip. Coupler has a base and a screw ring. Cut the tip of the pastry bag or a Ziploc cover. Fit the coupler base in the cover. Fit the piping tip and screw on the coupler ring. Make a border using the confectioner frosting. Thicken the border to trap the chocolate ganache. Refrigerate the chocolate ganache for 15 minutes or until it reaches this consistency. Spread the chocolate ganache evenly on the cake and place the second cake upside down on top of it. After placing the second cake, roughly spread the confectioner frosting on the cake. This is called crumb coating, which seals in the cake crumbs. After crumb coating, freeze the cake for 10 minutes. Now you can apply the second layer of frosting if you need a smoother look. Use a fork to create either a line pattern or a wavy pattern on the sides of the cake. Mix 1 teaspoon of rose syrup or rose milk essence into the frosting to get a pink colored frosting. You can use any food color for this. Using leaf piping tip 4, let's draw leaf border on top and bottom of the cake. Mix 2 teaspoons of rose syrup in 1 cup of wheat flour and prepare a stiff dough by sprinkling water little by little. Make small balls out of the dough and press the balls into oval shape by placing it between wax paper or a plastic cover. Now let us make a rose out of this oval shaped dough. Roll the first dough to form the rose bud. Then place the remaining dough to form petals of the rose. Since it is made of wheat flour, the petals will stick when you slightly press it. This rose is not edible. If you want an edible rose, you can mix food color in a fondant and proceed with the same steps. You can also make an edible rose with confectioner frosting using a pastry nail and rose piping tip. After making the rose, remove lower portion of the dough to form a flat base. And here we have our moist and fluffy vanilla cake. Please do try this recipe and let me know your comments and feedback. Visit Arusuvai Arangetram for more recipes. Share this recipe with your friends and family. For more videos, subscribe to Arusuvai Arangetram. Thanks for watching. See you soon with another recipe. Till then, happy cooking.